Place your bets. I won again, as per usual. Yeah, did you hear that kid keeps winning every time? Yeah, he's a child. How did he get so much good luck? Oh, I don't know. It's just that somehow I've been able to beat Jack Dorsey, Noah Glass, Biz Stone, and Evan Williams, founder of Twitter, as roulette 50 times in a row. Alright, you want a good bet, kid? I'll give you a good bet. No, not a bet, a threat. In 2023, we're gonna come over and we're gonna accuse you for simping. Simping? I don't simp. I'm just a regular old kid who was able to beat all your asses at roulette 50 times in a row. You'll see, I'll get my anti-simp brigade over to your house in 2023 and I'll beat your ass to molasses. We'll see about that. That's highly improbable knowing that you four have a very low intelligence and one of you don't even have a texture. Hey, Noah doesn't. Hey, no one knows what Noah looks like. We'll be back. You wait. Oh, I find that hard to believe. You didn't even know where I live. And now in modern day. So, I don't know if you know this, but I made a bet back in 2016 with the founders of Twitter on roulette, and I won 50 times. And now they threaten me for and accusing me for simping, and now have uh, now they're all standing right next to me with a gun pointed at my head, just not off screen this time. So and they told me to talk about Lilo and Stitch since I find one of the characters in that movie to be especially what's the word? Curve like. So before I start the video, I should probably explain what a simp is. Simp is, according to Google, slang for a person, typically a man, who's desperate for the attention and affection of someone else, typically a woman. There's been lots of memes and jokes about simps on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, etc. But there hasn't actually been. Have sometimes made few references to animated characters I find hot, usually animals. I'm not a furry either, but of course, they've made a bet with me that I can't go an entire video without simping once, and that's definitely not gonna happen. So yeah, Lilo and Stitch is one of the best animated movies I've seen, and one of the best movies I've seen. It's kind of a great movie. I shouldn't scratch that. It's a fantastic movie. It's the best film from Walt Disney Pictures Animation, and like people, not a lot of people agree with me though, but that's perfectly fine. But I love this movie to death. But of course, I have to talk about it, and it's time to talk about the movie. So the movie is about Big Shock, Lilo and Stitch. Stitch is an alien from a different planet that escaped due to being an experiment that was considered too chaotic to be even existing, so he was put in jail, but he escaped and then he ended up on Earth. So of course, so Stitch is brought into a pound, and as he is mistaken for a dog, and that's where we meet Lilo, the other main character of the two, who is a young girl living in Hawaii. Oh yeah, he lands in Hawaii, and of course the two become friends. And Stitch mainly uses Lilo as a protector against the two aliens from the galactic something who are trying to hunt him down. So of course, uh, yeah, that's pretty much the plot. It's kind of simple, and that's what I love about this movie. It feels very real because there really is no plot when you really think of it. Uh, I really like the plot of this movie. Well, at least whatever there is of it, and of course, the movie is absolutely hilarious. Stitch is a really funny character. That's Chris Sanders, the director of the movie, voicing or co-director and co-writer of the movie, voicing Stitch, and he does a great performance, and so does whoever voices Lilo. It's in fact, really like Lilo as a character. She feels very realistic to actual children, which is what I like about this movie. She acts like a child in this, where a lot of children in movies act like act like just robots. Her performances are good, and I like the character's writing. She actually acts like a child who is struggling with the loss of uh, her mother and father, and trying to balance life with trying to balance life with. Does she ever go to school in this movie? No, she doesn't. With her sister. Yes, that's her sister, Nani, who was struggling trying to balance her work, also with taking care of Leela, as she's in risk of getting taken away by this like agency or something run by this Bubbles. That's what his name is, I think. Another great thing about the movie is the animation. I really like it. Uh, Fun fact about the movie actually uses. Is that the Milan poster in the background? I never noticed that. The things you notice is. So, yeah, speaking of backgrounds, what I love about the best part of the animation are the backgrounds. They are very like. It's. Yeah, that's Bubbles. Yeah, so it's a very. So it's basically watercolor backgrounds where there's basically I don't really know how watercolor works, but yeah, this one was very funny. Yes, so it's basically what you're seeing in the background right now. That's basically watercolor. It's basically just art. They don't draw the lines over it. They basically just keep it the way it is, and it looks very nice. It really captures the spirit of Hawaii and how calm it is, or calm it was until Stitch came around. I really enjoy the movie. Uh, I really enjoy the movie's characters. And the animation is great. I also really like the character animation. Sometimes it uses CGI. Yeah, fun fact. In the chase scene at the end of the film, there's a they originally had hijacked a plane and rode it through the city until they realized that 9/11 happened, and so they had to change it from a plane into the big red ship. So yeah, that's basically a funny fun fact. Three Fs. I also really like the the music. It has a lot of Elvis Presley uh music in this film, and I really like it. I mean, he's definitely a very good singer, and his music is definitely used a lot in this movie. But I also like a lot of the original songs as well. They're actually sung by Hawaiian people and have a lot of Hawaiian charm to them, aside from the Elvis Presley songs. I also, yeah, so the music, animation, characters, the this is everything about this movie is enjoyable. Is there one thing wrong with this movie? Oh, right, David. I mean, he's a fine character, but he's not really that interesting either. He's just kind of there. It's really my only negative with the film. Him, he's just not really that interesting of a character, and he kind of sometimes stops whenever he's on screen. He kind of just stops the movie for me, and it's not really that interesting or good. But yeah, the story, the music, the animation, the backgrounds, the characters, well, except for one, all of them. This is one of those movies that is just perfect in every way, but just one thing has to drag it down. I really enjoyed this movie a lot. It definitely has a very good charm to it, and it definitely should have won Best Animated Feature. But it's like, Spirited Away is definitely very a good movie. It was surprisingly a big success, despite at this time, any movie released by Disney around this time was received good reviews, but did terribly at the box office, like Emperor's New Groove, Atlantis: The Lost Empire, and then Treasure Planet. That was a big bomb. You do not. You will have to know the story of how that film spectacularly bombed at the box office. But Lilo Stitch was their one success in this slew of chaos and despair, and that's a really good thing. I give this film a 9 out of 10. And there you go. I went this entire review without simping over Nani. I mean, how is it possible not to? I mean, it's kind of easy. I mean, I mean, is it really that hard to say? That hard not to say I find Nani hot? Wait, I didn't mean that.